Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of The Last Click. I am really, really excited to be here with my friend Scotty from Always Off Brand. We go way back, like I don't know, 7 months ago, and we had a great time. You were kind enough to have me on your podcast, and it was just a great conversation, lots of laughs, and that's the way I love to do these things. You just meet the best people at the conferences, and you and I are now going to the same conference in a few days. We'll be in Boston. You're a busy man at the conference. I will be too, but we're going to make some time for each other. So super excited. Tell me what's the travel situation, when you're going to get there, and what you got going on at the event.
Well, I'm sure everybody's just dialed into my travel from the West Coast, the Seattle metropolitan area, leaving at dark 30 on Monday, getting there at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time at the beautiful Logan Airport there in Beantown, which boy, does that need a remodel. But anyway, and then I'll make my way to the downtown Sheraton. And I don't know. So then Tuesday morning is really when I step it up there, Chris, is where I get down. You know me, I have the banner. I get the mic set up, 4 mics, I square my space away. And then, yeah, we've got some really, I mean, I like eTail, and this is even a smaller version, Chris, than when I first met you
Yeah.
there in Palm Springs, in beautiful Palm Springs. But it's intimate, it's small, but it's got all the big players. Like, I just feel like it's less corporate-y, less, I don't know. There's just a little, you can get just underneath the fluff, Chris, just below, just a spoonful below.
That's hilarious. And you do have a great setup. I'm actually jealous when I see your setup, because when I'm interviewing people, this is my setup. One computer and a shared lav back and forth.
Yeah, but you don't need a separate case to travel and schlep with all the crap that I have to do. But yes, I've
No, I pull it out
downsized
of my back
kitchen.
pocket.
Yeah, I know you're much more efficient and much more tech savvy than me. But yes, I've downsized my setup to minimize the gear. But yes, I love the 4 mics. I like the radio style. It's just more my cup of tea.
Yeah, no, that's my aspiration, is to get there. I'd like to have the 4 mics and just one guest. That's perfect.
4 mics and one guest. That's great. Yeah, that's a good ratio. Well, I say, as you know, in Palm Springs, literally, and this has happened. If I've got mics open and people are walk by while I'm recording, and I know them or whatever, I'll be like, "Hey, sit down, open mic, let's fire it up, let's go." See, I love that nature of recording at events. That just makes me happy.
It creates some energy at the conference too. I mean, by day two, you're already struggling after being out till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
Boy,
you know me
you
so
should.
well, Chris. Just an absolute banger party prowler. I am hitting the road. Yes, out till 2 a.m. Yes, exactly.
Those were back in the days, not anymore for you and I. It's like
No,
9:30 sleep.
exactly.
So good.
Yeah, you
So
have one drink at dinner and they come back. Would you like another? I'm like, yeah, no, that's probably not a good idea.
no, you'll have a hard time catching the elevator after 2.
Go ahead. You had something serious to say.
No, we're just going to chat about the conference. I was going through the agenda today, getting ready for the conversation with you. Notice, like, the agenda is stacked. We got 36 conversations about AI today at
Is
the
that
event.
it? Only 36, Chris?
Well, that's in the subject line, so maybe the others will still talk about it.
It
And
feels
I
a
know the
little
only
light.
Go ahead.
Feels a little light. I'm
Yeah, I
joking.
mean, the only artificial intelligence going to be there is you and I.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what my mom still says. She's like, "You got AI, artificial intelligence." I'm like, "Thanks, mom."
Yeah, yeah. She knows what she's talking about, though. I'd listen to her.
No, she raised me. She gets it. But so seriously, we're gonna have a great time. There's some good dialogue and great speakers. The brands at this event are amazing. You're hosting a few panels. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, so the first one is really talking about personalization, which I am fascinated with in the e-commerce. You and I, again, are seasoned and been around. And I think we've really tried all these different technologies come out. We've really tried to take the first party data and personalize it. But
Yeah.
I'm not alone in this position or this purview, or my opinion, I guess, is that we really haven't nailed personalization on e-commerce in 25 years. We really haven't perfected the sauce. So it's an interesting panel with some great brands and retailers and some other tech people, actually, some really interesting AI tech. Because my whole thing on this is there's a lot of goods and bads with AI. It's still a baby. We're gonna ad nauseum talk about that. But one of my beliefs, one of my hopes, I guess, is that actually AI can take us to the personalization promised land, Chris. It can actually
Man.
get context and do personalization, easy for me to say, how we all want it to be, really customized.
Yeah, I'm really tired of getting emails about the bras that I should wear.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's awful.
Exactly.
It's awful. But I do think so I talk about it in many podcasts is I think you need this kind of universal checkout in order to track a customer through multiple brands and multiple purchases. Doing it in the silo is a false promise on personalization because if they shop with one retailer and you lose sight of 75% of all their other purchases and you're saying it's personalized. So for me and living in that seat for so long as people look for a barbecue and then they make a barbecue purchase at another retailer, the rest of the summer they're getting a message about buying a barbecue for me and that's just silly.
Exactly. So, do you think, I mean, I'll put you on the panel. Do you think that AI and the ability to scale and just the amount of data that you can compile, do you think AI has a shot to actually solve this, or what do you think?
I think AI will make the accessory recommendation better. What you've purchased before, you may need XYZ, but I don't know without some kind of customer link between multiple retailers that you shop that you can get personalization correct.
Okay, well, that could be right. That's another interesting conversation because on the LLMs, on the AI and agentic, if you want to, whatever you want to talk about it, we have this horizontal agent, right?
Yep.
That is ChatGPT and Claude and all these things that we talk about. And then you have these, every manufacturer, every brand, every D2C, every retailer, is this vertical, every marketplace, right? Amazon with their new Alexa for
Yep.
shopping. That's the battle that could be interesting. And so that is the guess. You nailed it. Like, I believe that there's more trust with my LLM, whoever it is, if it's Chit Chatty or Claudia or whoever, right? They know me because they have my context. So maybe that's what we're gonna see. I don't know.
I think there's a great opportunity for your specific agent that you're using to learn more. Obviously, it's seeing all of your transactions and make you recommendations. So if the retailers can tap into that, but I always say that the retail industry is too competitive with each other and needs to be more collaborative with each other.
Yeah.
There's a number of banners that could be complementary to one another versus, hey, let's just work on siloed projects. I think consumers would appreciate that seamless transition that I will shop at Home Hardware and I'll probably go and do some due diligence at a Walmart to see the different price points. But some when you're going to win, some you're going to lose. So you might as well work together and create this coalition of groups that can. I always say if you ever walked into, let's say, a Costco and you go to buy a gift card and you see like a gift card with 10 different restaurants as part of it, you
Yeah.
can use them anywhere. That type of mentality needs to be done more in our industry to make it better for our shoppers.
I love that. I love that. Again, this is a big part of your book, and a lot of people doing great work on. I always say silos equal sadness, right? So
Mhm.
you talk about organizationally. Yes, we can beat this drum all day long, and it still needs to be beaten. The consumer doesn't care about your org chart,
No,
and it doesn't care about your competition. It just doesn't.
I love
So
that. I love that.
I think that's why your proposal makes a ton of sense. And actually, you're right, it would behoove everybody. Like, it would be the all boats, all tides rise, whatever that saying
Exactly.
is that I'm terrible at. But yes, I agree with that. If they figured out how to and there's a possibility that as LLMs continue to gain adoption, that this could disrupt them anyway. Like, this could happen regardless of them thinking about it holistically.
Yeah, I think it's already disrupting them. When you look at how people search on an AI agent, I call it the AI moment of discovery. Basically, I thought there was two phases before it. The first moment of truth, which was Procter and Gamble, you discover stuff at shelf.
Yeah.
Second was the Google ZMOT, zero moment of truth. You discovered stuff through search. Now we're definitely in this AI moment of discovery where you're not even thinking about your brand. You're thinking about, I've got a backyard project to do. What I want to have a barbecue, a deck, patio set, make some recommendations to me. And all of a sudden, you're being exposed to brands you would have never thought of, shopped with. So there's a great opportunity for where you might have thought paid search was something you couldn't enter into because it was too expensive. Now you have a very organic way to win over the customer from great content.
Wow, what a great transition to my second panel, Chris.
See
It's
that?
like you that was smooth, man. That is unbelievable out of you. Because the second panel I'm moderating is earned media and how to move money. I love this because we talk about all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what, CFOs around the world, how are you gonna sell it? How are you gonna get the dollar bills, y'all?
Yeah.
Because the second panel is how do I, in my organization, move from paid media to earned media? And this is circumvented. Of course, there is a payment with influencers, affiliate, PR, like all the different organic tracking to your point. How do
Yeah.
you get to that? And so again, we got some big brands, we got some great people, super smart people on what they're doing and what business case they're making to leadership and financial people to say, this is worth it. This is going to do it.
That's great. I'll look forward to that panel. Hopefully I'm not recording anything at the time I want to sit there. I really believe that we used to say in the early 2000 content is king,
Yeah.
and it kind of went away to the side for a while there, but I really believe content is king again, whether it's ratings and reviews, blog articles, newsletters, FAQs, all the videos that you can produce on stuff. That's how you're going to get discovered now, and that's how the agents will discover you. So content is probably, I would do focus on that more than personalization, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Okay.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. Wow. Put the sizzle reel on. That is right in your face.
So that's two of the panels. What's
Yes.
what's next? I mean, I'm doing loyalty,
I know, I
a
saw
loyalty
that. Why don't
panel.
you do you wanna talk about your panels?
Yeah, great group of folks that we're going to be doing the panel with. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. You're going to have to show up and see, but
Oh, yeah.
ultimately,
Ooh,
yeah, a little bit of drama there.
that
But
is I
the panel is about how to redefine loyalty through community and connection, and this is again where I often talk about this theory where imagine having a party. You and your wife want to host a party, and you invite 100 people over. And when you get there, there's no food, no drink in the fridge. It's a pretty lame party. A lot of retailers do that. We create this massive email list of social following, and then when they get to our website or to our store, we don't follow up on that promise with good execution or
yeah.
staff to help out. And when you think about loyalty now, too many times people want to attach that to a loyalty points program. Well, points is a bonus, it's an extra value. What is true loyalty? So those are the conversations we're going to get into is what does loyalty really mean? And how do you curate this community that is an advocate for you?
I think that's so great, and there's so many best case. Like, there's some companies and some brands and retailers that just do such a great job with that and have built it over time, sometimes decades, and I think we can all learn from that. There's some great, in the loyalty versus personalization versus sale versus the game mechanics that you talk about, where most loyalties, there's some game mechanic where there's a point incentive or some type of cashback or what have you. So, but what really sits there and goes, you know what? I grab for that shirt every time in the closet. I'm loyal to that shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the one that makes me look thin.
God, jeez. Don't get me. Are we gonna move to that subject?
We better avoid it.
My metabolism, it got sick when I hit 50, and at 55, it died. We had a full funeral for it, a service. It's no longer with us.
Yeah, actually I mentioned this on the last podcast, but it's worth mentioning again. In the food industry, what I've learned is the impact that stuff like Ozempic is having on the industry this year
Massive.
is crazy. So, where you thought you might have been selling X amount of large t-shirts, you're now selling mediums and smalls because of this wave of people leveraging this, I guess, innovative, I don't know what to call it.
No, the aftershocks of the GLP-1 era is epic. Like, it is It is serious. Like there's serious depth to it. There's weight to it. The volume, the amount of yeah, it's big. It's aftershock. It's like it's everywhere. That
Yeah, the
ripple effect
unintended
is there.
consequences
Yes.
are like unfathomable. But I
Yes.
do have the pleasure on Wednesday of hosting a fireside chat with Victoria. She's gonna be great. She's got a lot of energy. We only have about 20-25 minutes, and when someone with that much experience and background wants to get out everything, man, like that's gonna be I'm gonna have to shut up a lot. Like I'm just gonna have to get those questions out rapid fire and let Victoria speak some gospel because she's great.
Yeah, I'm doing a fireside chat as well. Veritree about the sustainability and brands and what's going on with that and what they do is super interesting. And yes, I've done these 20 minutes. Again, I mean, I've talked to some other people that are in the moderating space like you and I, and it can be tricky wickets. People don't understand the amount of effort and energy we try to put together, right? And we try to just
Yeah.
do what we do, but get out of the way because these people are the stars. And so in 20
Right.
minutes, I've had experience where you're looking down at that clock and you're like, you barely got through the first thing and you got 5 minutes left. And you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we're not even close to getting where we wanted to go.
Yeah, and I guess I mean, thankfully you and I have a media where we can invite these guests to come back onto our podcast and give everyone else the full 45 minutes that they deserve.
Yes.
Because I do try to make that available to anyone that I'm on a panel with or helping with a fireside chat is like, I know this is going to feel rushed, but let's use it as a teaser.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Do the same. And that's what's fun about this is again, I got to meet you through various things with your book, which I hope that the sales are through the roof. And you've got a mansion and an enterprise, a big empire. The Retail Rewired enterprise is going well. But yeah, you get to meet these incredible people on all these panels. It's fantastic. I learned so much by just sitting there and, here's the topic, discuss.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let them go. And you try to make sure that they're touching on important topics. But I think the key thing that I try to do, and I'm sure you do as well, is too many people go to these conferences and they walk away sometimes feeling that they didn't get a nugget or two.
Boom.
How do you bring out the nugget that is not just what the PR team allowed them to say, and just get a little bit there so that somebody can walk back into the office on Monday inspired to do something.
That's our North Star. That's the goal. And I tell them again, we do prep calls like you do, and I try and tell them I try to put myself in the seat of
Yeah.
going to this session and go, what do I actually want to get out of it? Can I get a juicy nugget, like you said? Can I get something practical? Can I get something that is actionable? Whether it's a software, whether something that I can be like, oh wow, that's interesting. I'm going to go look into that. I agree with you 100%. Sometimes it's easier to get, sometimes it's hard, but you're trying to cut through all the fluff, like I said, and get down. And you know what I love about eTail and a lot of the sessions I've been to, great moderators like you, I've gotten some big time juicy nuggets, some real like, wow, because
Yeah.
I don't know why. You're not in a room with 7,000 people like these huge conferences, right? And it's not always just completely PR corporate communication type stuff. So you get down, you get some good stuff.
Yeah, I took this practice away. I went to a conference. Oh my God, I'll age myself now, but probably 2004, and it was in Chicago. It's since rebranded, so I can't remember the name. But ultimately, what
Oh, it was
happened?
the
There was a
internet
speaker there
retail.
talking
Was
about.
it?
They were speaking about a book called The Long Tail. And I don't know if you're familiar with the long tail strategy, but basically it's such companies like Amazon that would sell more books, DVDs over a long period of time versus just the launch date. And it really inspired the way or changed the way I think about launches. And, typically when you go out with a new movie release, you get this big pop week one, and then all of a sudden you feel like the sales are never going to come again on this item. But they had the patience to sit there. They also had the warehouse space, but they also had the ability to sell way more over a 2-year period of time than I ever sold on week one of a launch. So it was somebody talking about that book that was like my golden nugget. It was enough I went and I bought it before I got back on the plane, read the book, and started changing how I approach things. And that's all I want people to get. And hopefully they'll read my book.
100%. They should.
So
Every organization should be standardized. It should be required. Every organization should read your book.
yeah. I like the cut of your jib. So let's get to wrapping this up. This is a teaser for the event. We don't want to go on and on. I hope people stop by and visit with you at the event. They will enjoy their time, and it's always great to see you. I am really looking forward to. I think we just decided we're going to connect on Wednesday, so look forward to making sure we see each other for sure then, if not earlier. Anything else you want to tell the audience before we sign off here?
No, it's a pleasure. I can't wait to hang out with you and see you. And we always have fun conversations. And I just look forward to getting to Boston and another great conference. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. It should be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And man, another great destination. You can't complain about being in Boston.
No, love it.
All right. Thanks, Scotty. We'll talk to you soon.